You were never meant to fit in, and deep down, you've always known it. From the moment you could understand the world, something inside you felt different. A knowing, a feeling, a whisper in your soul that told you that your life wasn't going to be like everyone else's. You saw things others didn't. You questioned what they blindly accepted. You felt emotions more deeply than those around you. And while others seemed comfortable following the path laid out for them, you resisted, you searched, you longed for something greater, something real, something true. But with that realization came pain. Because as you started to awaken, the world around you remained asleep. And the ones closest to you, the ones who were supposed to love you, support you, guide you, became the very people who made you question yourself the most. They told you that you were too much, too emotional, too rebellious, too sensitive, too unrealistic, too different. And so you tried to shrink yourself. You tried to be what they wanted. You tried to fit into their mold. But no matter how hard you tried, it never felt right, because it was never meant to. You were not created to live by their rules. You were not meant to dim your light so that they could be comfortable. You were not meant to walk the same path as everyone else. You were chosen. And being chosen comes with a cost. The cost of being misunderstood. The cost of standing alone. The cost of walking away from everything and everyone that no longer aligns with your purpose. But what if I told you that distance is not just necessary, it is divine? That the pain of separation is actually part of your transformation. That the loneliness you fear is the very thing that will set you free. In this video, we are going deep. We will uncover why chosen ones often need to distance themselves from family, why the people closest to you might be the ones holding you back, and what happens when you finally break free and step fully into your power. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe. This is a space for those who are ready to awaken, to step into their truth, and to embrace the power of their divine calling. Let's begin. You are not like everyone else, and that's not arrogance. That's true. Chosen ones are set apart, not by choice, but by destiny. They are the ones who break generational cycles. They are the ones who heal wounds that have existed for centuries. They are the ones who see the world not for what it is, but for what it could be. Since childhood, you felt different, as if you didn't belong in your environment. You have a deep, unexplainable empathy. You feel things before others do. You question everything. Beliefs, traditions, societal norms. You experience an inner calling toward a higher purpose, even if you don't fully understand it yet. You have gone through extreme hardships, yet each struggle has only awakened you more. The world has always tried to silence you. They've tried to tell you who you should be, how you should think, what you should do, but no matter how hard they try, there is something inside you that refuses to be tamed. That is your calling. That is your soul remembering why it came here. But being chosen is not just about purpose, it's also about sacrifice. And sometimes the ellipses fall into place so well, it feels more perfectly unfaked. That sacrifice comes in the form of walking away from those who do not understand you, even if they are family. Family is supposed to be your first foundation, your first experience of love, of belonging, of identity. But for many chosen ones, family becomes the first battle, the first betrayal, the first reminder that not everyone is meant to walk with you on your path. Why your family can become the biggest barrier? They project their own fears onto you. They don't want you to take risks because they never had the courage to take their own. They may not understand your awakening. To them, your growth feels like rebellion. Your independence feels like betrayal. They try to control you with guilt and obligation. Family always sticks together. But at what cost? Some family members will love you the best way they know how. Others will resist you, manipulate you, even try to tear you down. Because your very existence threatens everything they have accepted as truth. And that is why chosen ones must learn to recognize when it's time to walk away. Walking away is not the hardest part. It's what comes after that truly tests you. The silence, the loneliness, the moments of doubt where you wonder if you made the right decision. When guilt creeps in like a whisper in the back of your mind, when you ask yourself, did I abandon them? Or did I save myself? Let's be clear, distancing yourself from family doesn't mean you stop loving them. It means you stop allowing their expectations to dictate your life. It means you stop sacrificing your well-being to keep the peace. It means you recognize that peace should not come at the cost of your own soul. What happens when you finally distance yourself? You begin to hear your own voice clearly. For years, your decisions were influenced by the opinions of others, but now, your thoughts, your choices, your path, it's yours, and yours alone. The guilt fades, and peace takes its place. At first, the absence of family may feel unnatural, but over time, you begin to feel lighter, freer. The invisible weight you carried for so long is finally gone. You start attracting the right people into your life. As you remove yourself from toxic cycles, you make space for new energy, new soul connections who truly align with your journey. Your intuition sharpens. No longer clouded by external noise, you can finally hear divine guidance clearly. Your decisions become intentional. Your purpose becomes undeniable. But not everyone will understand your choice. They will call you selfish. They will say you changed. They will paint you as the villain in their story. Let them. You were not called to be understood. You were called to rise. So how do you know when it's time? How do you know when the moment has come to walk away? You feel drained after every interaction. Every conversation leaves you exhausted, mentally and emotionally depleted. Instead of support, you receive judgment. Instead of encouragement, you receive doubt. You cannot express your true self. You walk on eggshells around them, afraid to be honest about who you are and what you believe in. You feel obligated to maintain the relationship, not inspired to. When love feels more like duty than connection, the relationship is built on expectation, not authenticity. They dismiss your growth. Anytime you evolve, they ridicule you. They want you to remain the same, even if that means staying stuck in old patterns that no longer serve you. You know, deep down, that you're meant for something greater, but every time you share your dreams, they tell you to be realistic, to stop thinking too big, to stick to what you know. If these signs resonate with you, it may be time to accept what you've been avoiding. You cannot stay in the same environment that is breaking you and expect to heal. You don't have to announce your departure. Sometimes, the best way to separate is to simply shift your energy and allow distance to happen naturally. Reduce interactions. Reply less. Detach emotionally. When you stop feeding the connection, it begins to dissolve on its own. If necessary, have the conversation. But understand this. People who don't respect your boundaries will see them as an attack. Be prepared for resistance and stand firm in your truth. You don't have to cut people off in one dramatic move. Slowly creating space allows you to transition out of toxic dynamics without unnecessary drama. Walking away is not an act of rebellion. It is an act of self-preservation. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. You were not chosen to please others. You were chosen to fulfill your divine purpose. Let go of the guilt. Release the need for validation. Walk in your truth with confidence, knowing that those who are meant to walk with you will find you, and those who fall away were never meant to stay. You are not alone. There are many others on this path. The road may be lonely at times, but on the other side of solitude is freedom. If this video resonated with you, subscribe. This is your space. A space for those who refuse to stay trapped in the past. For those who choose growth, truth, and purpose over comfort. You are not alone. Your path is sacred. Walk it boldly.